I gave it my all. So whether it's here or not, I have no regrets. Shout out to you guys for making my job a little bit harder. But yeah, just the city of Chicago. Love y'all. Appreciate the fans and the support from all the Bears. In case this is my last rodeo with y'all, and just appreciate y'all for everything. So thanks.
Justin Fields, he just gave his "I'm out of here" speech during the press conference after the game against the Packers today. He basically said, like, "Thank y'all, thank the city, I appreciate y'all, but I'm out of here." And to me, that was just like, wow. He was like, "Hey, just in case." I'd never really seen a quarterback give a concession like that. Certainly someone that's only in their fourth year. But that fifth year option, it's up to Chicago to decide if they want to pick it. And Chicago, they on the clock. They got the number 1 pick and the number 10 pick. So right there, that just lets you know that, yeah, he even believes there's a possibility that the Chicago Bears are going to select a different passer this year. And I don't know if that's the best idea. Hear me out. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. YFM Sports. All right, y'all. Let's just say that I'm the GM. Yeah, little old fat Jimmy B. Fearless becomes the GM of the Chicago Bears. I'm going to look at a few factors. For one, it seems like Justin Fields played better at the end of the year, and I cannot figure out why. It's because teams are tired. It's because Justin Fields just elevates his game. It's because he's so athletic that defenses just cannot cover him as the years go on. Is it the weather that makes him better, which kind of doesn't make sense because they don't play every game at home? Is it the competition? Is the competition less? Is it the fact that teams just don't pay attention to the Bears because they know by the time week 10 come around, the Bears are basically almost out of playoff contention? Is that the reason why Justin Fields always wins at the end of the year? And I'm talking about the past 3 years. This guy has been like, what, 75% win percentage as a team, right? But his passing is still atrocious. Even with the number 1 wide receiver, DJ Moore, right now, that they got from the Carolina Panthers last year for trading the number 1 pick, his passing is still atrocious. It doesn't seem like he reads the field well. That could be also a factor to the offensive line. But at the end of the day, this is the National Football League, and this shit falls on the quarterback. And you got to look at this. All my Bears fans that think that they should keep Justin Fields, let me give you a few quick examples. Y'all are basically saying give him a couple more years to figure it out. It seems like Eberflus is going to keep his job, but we'll find out more after Black Monday. And I can feel that. Give him time to grow. Oh, Peyton Manning, he was fucking terrible his first 2 years. You see, they gave him a chance. Okay? Eli, he wasn't great. All right, that's great examples. Tom Brady, the defense carried the first 3 championships. All right, which. But then you got CJ Stroud this year that just destroyed the league. You gonna tell me that you didn't know after the first 4 weeks that CJ Stroud was that dude, that he had everything that you needed, that he could make pinpoint passes, and ain't nobody in the world think that the Houston Texans have a number 1 wide receiver. They don't. Collins, their number 1 wideout, and Tank Davis, which is injured, but he was like a 4th or 3rd round pick. But their number 1 wide receiver right now, that dude has more catches and receiving yards this year than he did in his past 2 years combined when he joined the team. That is not a mistake. That's because they have a number 1 caliber, Pro Bowl, all pro caliber quarterback, man. When you know it and you can see it, you know that you got that dude. They pop. It doesn't take long. It takes about 1.5 years you to be like, oh, this is that dude. We saw Brock Purdy this year have struggles when all his weapons were out. So we know that if you take away Brock Purdy's weapons, he's going to be bad. But in terms of running the offense, Brock Purdy is one of the best quarterbacks up here that offense, that Shanahan offense has. But you knew last year when Brock started that he was special. He might not have a special arm. He might not be able to do all the throws. But when it turns to that offense, he's special. When have you looked at Justin Fields when it wasn't a running play and be like, yo, he's special? Because the quarterback position is about passing the ball. Everything else is secondary. And that comes with understanding defense. That comes with being able to read the field. That comes with quick decision making. And every example that you can give me in the NFL, past or present, you could say the offensive line was fucked up. You could say they ain't had no wide receivers. They don't have a running game. Their defense is terrible. Yes, you can say all of those things, but I can give you multiple examples of quarterbacks elevating the team. And does Justin Fields elevate the team? No. We have to be honest with ourselves, as me being the fake GM of the Bears, that it's probably a good idea if we move on. Number 2, does Justin Fields even fit Chicago? Let's be honest. Is his arm good enough? Does he perform well enough in the elements? Would he be better in a dome? Or do we need a prototypical Joe Flacco, Matt Ryan type of dude? I know Matt Ryan played in a dome. Those are the factors that you got to consider. The fact that Justin Fields have not shown extreme flashes with his arm that he can make throws, that he can consistently make throws. The fact that he has not elevated his team even with more weapons this year. The fact that they improved the offensive line and he still wasn't able to get this team to like really the playoffs, right? And we have examples of quarterbacks that come in that do that. And Chicago Bears have to make a decision if they're going to pick up that 5th-year option. And he even doesn't seem like they will. So what did the Chicago Bears do? They draft a new quarterback. They move on. And they trade Justin Fields. And I think that they should trade him to the Atlanta Falcons. But that's because I'm always thinking about the Atlanta, like the Michael Vick experience, right? You have all of these weapons. If they just fired their coach, if you can get a coach that could utilize those weapons on Atlanta with Justin Fields, and he's a veteran now because he's been in the league, and he's in a dome, and he's in a terrible conference, or a terrible division, excuse me. He's in one of the worst divisions. I guess a terrible conference in a terrible division, but whatever. He's in a terrible division, right? Where the best quarterback in that division is Baker Mayfield. And I'm not saying anything bad about Baker Mayfield. I'm just being honest, right? If you have that, I think Justin Fields can excel. I think they can excel. And the Atlanta Falcons, they only probably had to give a 2nd or 3rd round pickup. So they can still continue to work on their defense because they need additional pass rusher bad for the Atlanta Falcons. But I think that's what the Bears should do. The Bears should go ahead and draft a new quarterback. And I know, but Marvin Harrison is right there. And I would not be mad if they drafted Marvin Harrison Jr. and then with that 9th, 10th pick or whatever they have, or maybe they move up, they get, maybe Penix or maybe Bo Nix. Because I don't think they're going to get Drake May or Caleb unless they draft in that, first overall. But I think they should trade down a couple spots. They can get like a Bo Nix. He's big arm guy. They can get a Penix. He played in Washington, so he's used to kind of like the weather, the elements. You can get a big dude like that, lucky lefty. Give him 2 weapons. Why not? Why not? Let us know what you would do if you was the GM of the Chicago Bears. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. YFM Sports.